Tower of Fantasy announces new warped server for CN with a bigger focus on the MMO aspects of the game. No gacha, trading with other players, an in-game economy, a guild hub, new combat. This literally fixes the game. Are you kidding? Why does CN get this? No, wait, this is so crazy. I can't believe this is happening. So Tower of Fantasy announced a new, it's called Warped Server, and it's for China only. Of course, it's for with a bigger focus on the MMO aspects of the game. No gacha, trading with other players, an in-game economy, so a market board, things like that, a guild hub, new combat mechanics, and free weapons and cosmetics through playing the game. Dude, they're just making a regular MMO. That's what they're doing. They're taking the fucking shit out of the game and they're making it good. This is literally all you have to do. I am begging every other game developer to do this right now. I've been playing Blue Protocol Star Residence on the CN server, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. They added gacha to the game in the CN version, and I hate it. I hate it. I despise it. It's for a gear piece, and the gear piece doesn't give you like a ton of stats, but it can if you whale, and when you get to end game, you're gonna feel the difference. Anyways, I'm sick of seeing overly monetized games be super ridiculously aggressive and unfair for anyone who's not spending. I would rather you just slap us with a subscription or slap whales with a ton of cosmetics. Stop putting power scaling in with money on every single anime game that releases. Finally, someone is doing something good. This actually gives me so much faith in what Tower of Fantasy is doing. Unironically, this is something that might be worth playing. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, Tower of Fantasy, when that game launched, it was basically a huge mess, but you didn't really feel the mess at first because it was just kind of fun. It's like, oh, finally we can break free of Genshin Impact. We have another anime open world game, and this is an MMO, which a lot of people were looking forward to. A lot of people really wanted to be able to play with their friends and have it actually mean something. Farm bosses, things like that. But because it was a gacha MMO, they put in a lot of things that required, or basically limited you to what you could actually do in the world. That was one of the biggest issues. And honestly, it's one of the biggest issues with like basically every single anime mobile game that comes out. It limits what you can do, and there's some kind of pay for power mechanic in it that makes it basically something you would never want to touch if you have free will. Well, unluckily for everyone in the gacha space, none of us actually have free will, so we are all playing gacha games. Well, me, I come from MMOs. I really enjoy grinding for power. I really like doing content with my friends. I like when the boss drops a big shiny thing and I get to loot it, and I don't have to sit there and wait for stamina to refresh. I don't like having to wait for my daily reset to be able to loot the thing again, although I will not lie, like most MMOs have some kind of weekly reset for raids, which I'm totally fine with, right? But I don't like the gachification and the mobile gamification of every single anime game that comes out. Tower of Fantasy was kind of a big problem when it was launching. It just like didn't really play that well, and then even when they fixed it and made it play okay, it still had gacha in it, and it was still, the scaling on the gacha was absurd. You know, in CN it had absurd power scaling, and then in NA they were like, oh, we're gonna nerf the whale potential here, but then they ended up making it scale ridiculous anyways. So there was no saving it really. But either way, what they've just announced looks absurd to me in concept. The fact that they're considering making a game that doesn't have pay for power, or not even a game, a server that doesn't have pay for power. God, why don't more games do this? Hello everyone, this is Sky from the Tower of Fantasy dev team. Thank you for accompanying Tower of Fantasy on 3.5-year journey. The Warp server enters full development launching August 2025. That's like tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean like in 12 days. That's insane. We've studied recent trends in gacha and in gaming. God, my brain is so rotted. And observed one thing. There's still a huge unmet demand for a true anime style MMO. Dude, shots fired. Oh my God. Blue Protocol, watch out, bro. They're coming for you. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out, bro. That game still feels weird as hell to play, but wow. It's like the second Blue Protocol was gonna come into the space, they're like, gulp. Guys, maybe, hear me out. Just, I have an idea. Just hear me out. What if we made the game good? What if we took out everything that made it bad? I know, it's a crazy idea. It's a crazy idea. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. It was a crazy idea. What if, you know, what if we just made it a good game? Like, what if we did that? Oh my God. Players want a game that combines rich, stylized character design and story with the large-scale dynamic gameplay of an MMO, open economy, strategic combat, meaningful multiplayer. I'm gonna come. But merging these two genres is a delicate art, and many games fall into one of two traps. They become gacha traps with heavy paywalls and steep progression cliffs, or they rely too heavily on character monetization, creating unfair gaps between players. Jesus Christ. They know what they are doing. They know what they had. Oh my God, this changes everything, guys. Guys, I'm gonna be so real. I have not played Tower of Fantasy in 3.5 years since the launch of the game. I thought it was gonna be pretty fun. I really enjoyed it, and then I saw how crazy the whale progression was and how fast the player base fell off, and it wasn't good enough. And it had the gacha traps and character monetization. This genuinely could be the start of something insane. If they do this and see massive success, that could pave the way for the counterculture of going against the grain within gacha games to create actually good anime games that are not overly monetized. Oh God, please let this work. We've learned from both the successes and mistakes of others. Now we believe we found a balance point that suits Tower of Fantasy. We're ready to boldly launch the Warp server as our answer to that long-standing wish. This is China only, by the way, guys, but I will be playing it to try it out. Why Tower of Fantasy can actually pull this off. From the start, Tower of Fantasy has been positioned as an open world sci-fi game with strong multiplayer elements, a foundation that aligns closely with MMO gameplay. Our surveys confirm two key things. Tower of Fantasy is increasingly recognized for its anime aesthetic. Well, Tower of Fantasy, guys, let's be real about what it's recognized for, okay? I think there's a reason we're increasing the revenue, okay? Let's not pull any punches here. I think there's a reason. This gives us a head start. In designing the Warp server, we're double down on what players expect from an MMO while shaking off the traditional pitfalls. The MMO trinity of Warp server. No gacha, full trading, seasonal okay, wait, you guys don't need that one. Actually, take that one out. Take that, yeah, no, take that out. Everyone who thinks seasonal resets need to happen is wrong. Don't let them fool you. Actually, we were so close to greatness. If you take that one out, we're good. I think that's all you need to do. Remove, seasonal resets are irrelevant. We can just have like one character where we progress. You guys saw how well that worked out for World of Warcraft. Everyone in Shadowlands hated it. Okay, let's not do this part. Okay, everything else is looking really good. We all heard your feedback. Too expensive, numbers are bloated, can't keep up, nothing to do. All weapons are free. We're removing both the weapon gacha and matrix gacha systems. No more endless battles with RNG or price tags. From day one, 6 powerful weapons will be freely distributed. Oh wait, this might not be exactly what I think it is. More weapons can be unlocked through daily logins, not purchases. Even fashion items, premium cosmetics and mounts will be made available through gameplay events. Short, no red nucleus, no pulling, no cost, just play. We're gradually releasing older limited cosmetics, outfits, accessories, mounts, etc. through the shops where players can collect shards and craft them over time. Okay, so the only reason this concerns me is because like if every weapon is free, then you kind of also don't really have any reason to play it, right? Because if you're taking it out of the gacha, you should put it behind some kind of progression wall where people can earn it, where people can go farm it. And daily logins is great, but like I think what you should want to be doing is putting them as boss drops, right? So this does seem like another fuck up in my opinion. Craftable, boss drops, dungeon drops. Like RNG is okay. You just don't want the RNG to be tied to money. RNG is fine. That's what gives people a reason to do certain content. I do think that unlocking all weapons could be honestly like detrimental to people's want to play the game. What that could lead to is less people playing on the server less frequently, and then that changes into the devs thinking that nobody likes that style of play, which is not true. What people want is a reason to play the game. The shops and being able to craft all this stuff is great. You know what's gonna be really funny is if everyone does move over to that server and nobody's paying for the gacha anymore, and then they fucking end the service. Open player trading. We're putting the power back in the player's hands. Core residents like matrices, cosmetics, and crafting materials will be tradable, making farming and trading both meaningful and rewarding. To support this, we're launching a new dual market economy, a trade house for everyday trading between players, and an auction house with personal guild and world level auctions. Oh, I missed the auction house. Holy Finon, what's up, man? I can't believe Finon's on this page. That's insane. It empowers all types of players, whether collectors, traders, or gold farmers, to find their place in this economy. We want Tower of Fantasy to become the first real side hustle anime MMO for young players. I don't think it's young players that are going to be grinding. I think it's going to be people in their early 20s, which is young, but it's not like kids, bro. Like seasonal structure to control power creep. To reduce long-term fatigue and catch-up pressure, Warp Server introduces a seasonal model. Gear and power levels reset or rotate periodically so everyone has a chance to start fresh and compete. New players will receive automatic level boosts and group content to help them catch up. Seasonal rewards include limited time skins, cosmetics, and exclusive ranking titles. Multiplayer content will offer better rewards, including encouraging group play. Okay, so here's a big problem with this. They do not need to reset power. They don't. If you want to do that, start a seasonal server. A lot of players do like seasonal stuff, but seasonal MMOs don't make sense because your goal is to grind. And if you put all this effort into grinding out a character and then it gets reset, what's the point of grinding the character? There's no reason to play, right? So there's two big problems that I'm seeing so far. Every weapon goes to everyone, and that they're doing seasonal stuff. Multiplayer content will offer better rewards, encouraging group play though. That is good though. I 100% agree with that. All right, enhanced social systems. We're building deeper social and guild features to welcome all types of players, whether you enjoy combat, life skills, roleplay, or casual interaction. Key additions include guild bases, customizable hubs for socializing and organizing events. That's fire. We will be taking advantage of that if it ever comes to global. New co-op activities, guild dances, parades, recruitment boards, and gifting dances. Guys, you can officially ERP in Tower of Fantasy. Absolute cinema. In group activities, players can now activate ultimate team skills. Meet special conditions during boss fights to trigger a dramatic QTE cinematic combo unique to your characters and weapons. That's neat. We've polished every frame of these sequences. I cannot wait. Honestly, Warped Server is a massive transformation. It touches every corner of the game. Progression, exploration, economy, combat, cosmetics, and more. We can't cover it all here, but we'll share info soon. Warped Server co-creation plan launching August 2025. Now we know what you're thinking. Tower Fantasy, aren't you biting off more than you can chew? Now, honestly, they have Tencent backing them. I'm not afraid of that. How will this affect the main and reboot servers? I don't think it'll affect them at all, right? Yeah, no. We officially launched the Warped Server co-creation plan this August. We want bold executors who dare to speak up and challenge us to make this the best it can be. Feedback will be gathered through surveys and small scale tests, so stay tuned for official announcements. So that means this could change, and then when it's ready, maybe they'll launch like an official thing. I hope they get rid of seasons, and I hope that they make it so that the weapons are grindable. If this really is everything they're saying it is, though, this could be a massive step forward for every single anime game in the entire industry, because what is happening with every anime game is that it's also a mobile gacha game. Yes, there are single player anime games that are absolutely incredible. I'm not going to deny that. But we have too many gacha games, too many of this egregious, terrible monetization model, and an MMO can never exist and be good and functional and be popular and as big as the main MMOs are, have as many thriving players and have as many satisfied players, as long as there is a gacha system inhibiting it and these mobile game and gacha mechanics. So what they're doing here could be really massive. And I do have access to Chinese games as long as I can log in with WeChat. So I think I'm gonna see if I can try this game out myself, this update to Tower of Fantasy, because that seems really, really big. I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Hopefully it innovates in the industry and everyone takes notes, especially you, Blue Protocol. Take out your Imagine Gacha right now. Take it out. Nobody needs this.